So if you clicked on this video, you probably want financial freedom and you want to just optimize your time. And it's a given that we all have 24 hours of time, but a lot of us view this incorrectly and we think that we have to work all these difficult hours and put all the time in ourselves. Now, the first thing you got to understand before we go through this is that you are one of these three types of people. You're either in the number one category where you're kind of on the broker side, you're in school, you're young, and so you just don't have that much money coming in. Or you might be number two where you already have, a decently steady job. You might even be making a decent amount from it, but you're still kind of freaking out because on the side, you have to spend all this time and you're already drained after work, when you're trying to work on your business. And if you're number three, you might also have, a good amount of money coming in, but you're just looking to build up upon that. You're making internet money, you're making money from home, you might already have that business that's succeeding, but you're just looking to save up more time. What I would say, if you're in number one, your main focus should be cash flow, okay? Because right now, it is basically impossible to start anything significant if you don't have money coming in. And the thing that I really want to stress with this is you have to put your ego aside. A lot of people, especially right now, are thinking that it's like the worst thing in the world to work a 9 to 5 or just to work at all, like even a part-time job. But if that can get you that extra little bit of money, I can show you how you can utilize that so much better than you would even with your own time, okay? But now, if you're in two or if you fall into the three category, your main thing is a plan. And this plan is just going to come down to how are you going to have other people work within your business, if you could do it, right? Now, the lie people still believe is that you cannot buy time, but now you can, and it's easier than it's ever been, okay? Check out these sites. You might have even seen these before. Fiverr, onlinejobs.ph, Upwork, People Per Hour. So many sites like this where you can delegate tasks, delegate even full-time positions to people at an hourly rate that is less than what you make, okay? And this is why I stress the importance of getting that initial cash flow, because if we just do the math, right now you have 8 hours of time, let's say, to delegate to the business or to work on the business yourself. Let's say you have school that other 8 or work, right? Or even we could say that you have 16 if you're just full-time with the business. If you made just $7.25, which is the US minimum wage federally, or even 15, which is like on the upper end of that spectrum, like I'm from Massachusetts, it's 15 there, that already is more than enough to cover your costs for outsourcing, okay? And what I would say on top of this is you shouldn't even be making that $7.25. At minimum, you should be at that $15 to $40 range an hour, okay? And the reason I say this is that if you're watching a video like this, if you have like the intention to start a business, then you should already have some sort of like competence to be making more. And what that means is you could go out and do basketball training. Like I was doing basketball training for $40 an hour, okay? That is something that anyone can start. You can, not just basketball, but any sort of thing that you start on your own to make money, that is something that you can do if you're watching this video because you have the mindset to do it. And for some of you, again, $40 might be like nothing because if you're already in like a full-time position or part-time position, you're gonna be making $40 to $200 an hour, right? But my point in bringing this up and where the math comes in is this thing I call economy hacking, right? I had a guy working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and all he asked for was $400 a month, okay? $400 a month, and he was working a full-time position, and that got him over his rent, that got him all of the needs of his whole family, okay? I had another guy, he just needed $50 a month for rent. His rent was $50 a month, right? So as you can see here, it's like, the reason I call it economy hacking is in the US economy, our economy, we get paid a lot for just a little bit of work. And these other people in other countries like Pakistan, India, Philippines, etc., they don't need to make that much to cover their costs because their costs are just so low. And that's why people on those platforms, Fiverr, Upwork, etc., they're not asking for much. They're asking for $3 to $10 an hour, and you can find anyone in between, whatever you're willing to spend, you can find people who do good, genuine work. And I just built this out right here. You have, $20 an hour that you're making, let's say. That's, again, on the lower end. All you got to do is work 4 hours to make $80, And that $80 can get you 16 to 25 hours of work a day, okay? That's for 4 hours of work. You just turn that into 16 to 25 by hiring someone else to do it. So number one, you're saving yourself time. And also, you could hire like 2, 3 people to do this job now. And when it's 2, 3 people doing the job, I know that people think that they're unique and you can't really replace me. You can. And all it comes down to with that is you just need to build out the framework. That's why I say the plan is super important. You just need to build out that plan to say, hey, this is what the work requires, this is what you got to do, and you can train them, right? And training them, if you just take a couple hours a day to train them in those initial stages, that's going to be worth it because, again, you get all these extra hours for just putting in 4 hours of work at a very low $20 pay, okay? And you can see how overpowered this becomes when you make $40 an hour, $50 an hour. If you even decide to work 8 hours, with this job, that cash flow can then turn into 100 hours a day of work. And the reason this is so crazy is you can literally build out a whole business without even touching anything. You can hire a manager to put the work in like the actual spectrum of what people need to do, and you can just have it on autopilot. And the thing I want you to understand is that you can outsource literally everything. Some examples just to get you thinking I put down here are developer or software as a service creation, email marketing, creating newsletters, chatbot creator, data entry, lead gen, general manager. These are just some of the literal thousands of tasks that you can outsource. And again, you can have like just a general virtual assistant who can cover all of these for you. And if you put a few of these together, they're going to be equipped to do every single thing of the business that you need. My camera looked like it froze, but let's keep going. So once you make enough, you can actually delegate domestically. And this means cooking, cleaning, laundry, just a general assistant, chauffeur. And yes, this can become more costly, but the point is that at some point you should be making, $200+ an hour. And so this would be worth it. That extra time that you save is worth outsourcing these tasks and just making it simpler overall. And lastly, the other thing that is kind of separate from delegation is just putting in the systems, automations, and AI tools that can help you do this without another human on the other side, right? Because this, again, can even be more cost effective. It can do things faster than people. And this is just something that you can pair up with it to just skyrocket the growth of your company. Now, if you want to learn more about these, I'm going to be making a ton of videos in the future. I really want to even pivot a bunch of the videos to just covering automations and AI tools because it's just so useful. And if you want to see videos like that, if you have a certain thing that you want to automate, comment it down below and I'd love to make that for you. Just a whole guide going in depth on how you can actually make it just streamlined. Lastly, if you want to join my Telegram where I drop free sauce, feel free to join that down below. It's in the comment section and I'll also put it in the description. So that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Be great, be blessed. I'm out. Peace.